Okay, so today we're going to be talking clutch components. This is a 2017 Dyna with a 103 and Screaming Eagle high compression kit. You'll see 3 lever options, 3 diaphragm springs and 2 actuators. On the left, that's the standard spring that comes in the bike. The middle is the heavy duty spring that comes with the Screaming Eagle high compression kit. And the right is the S&S spring, which offers 30% more pressure over the standard. We'll be testing how each spring compares to each lever and to each actuator. See how that affects our pull on the lever. Here we've got 2 actuators. On the left is the Müller system and on the right is the stock. Again, both pretty much same components in terms of build, but the actual specifications are a lot different. The main thing is that lever where your cable connects to is longer, which gives you a softer pull as you've got more leverage, but as to be noted throughout this whole video, the more leverage and softer that lever's getting, the more travel you're going to be getting. See here, we'll just compare the 2 length of the levers to each other. Flip that over so you can see it a bit better. Camera focusing. So yeah, the Müller is a bit longer. Again, also that pivot is in a different place compared to where the ball bearings fit into the rams, and the rams are steeper on the Müller as well. So we'll be comparing them 2 across all the board. Your bottom rams are pretty much the same, just a different ball bearing design. Here's our 3 levers. So we've got a standard lever at the top with a standard perch, a standard lever in the middle but cut down for a 2-finger application, and at the bottom is the 1-finger signature series lever. Comparing the 2 standard ones here, as you see, same position for the pin and the pivot for your cable. Obviously a lot shorter, so you can just use 2 fingers, but that less leverage is going to make that a harder lever. They both work the same in the standard perch, pretty common modification. At the bottom you'll see the 1-finger system. This is their new signature series lever with an adjuster. This means you can move the lever in and out on the fly, you don't have to adjust your clutch. A bit more comfortable for somebody that wants to have that 2-finger option. It's a lot better than that cut down lever. I don't think it will compare in terms of softness to a standard lever, but we'll find that out. Again, different pivot design. Here your cable actually fits into that eyelet and is clamped in rather than a loose pin. Those pins tend to wear out sometimes on the standard system. Here you got the clutch neutral switch rail, so you can have that tab fitted or not. It's not in this video, but it is fitted to the bike later on. Yeah, the main difference is where those pivots are. Again, it's going to give you more leverage, more adjustability. Again, could offer more travel, which is not particularly what you want sometimes. See here that spring on the bottom of the standard levers, they wear out as well. This lever's got 2 ball bearings in the pivot, so it's a lot smoother. But yeah, we'll be comparing all options between different levers, different springs and different actuators. Okay, so now you're going to see a quick time lapse of me swapping springs, swapping levers. This is with the standard actuator fitted. Again, I'm not going through the whole clutch adjustment procedure here. This is just a quick test, and we're measuring how heavy that pull is on each lever compared to each spring. Here I'm just removing the actuator. The engine's out this bike at the minute, there's no exhaust, it's a bit easier to do. Obviously drain your oil, etc. If you don't know how to do this, there's plenty of videos online. Just removing that clip to get the actuator out, disconnecting our thing. I'm actually swapping out the clutch cable here as well. That doesn't affect the test. Again, this isn't the most accurate test, but it will give you a good idea between the differences at the end you'll see. Just putting that cable back in. Winding that on, getting our cable set. So here's the bottom of the Müller. That goes in first. Put that in with our 3 ball bearings. This can sometimes get a bit fiddly, but you'll see it all works out in the end. Hook our retainer on, hook that to the top of the actuator, line that all up, and then we're putting that clip back in. I don't know why I had so much trouble here. I'm not really using the right tool because I couldn't find it. So this ain't the perfect set of pliers for this. Clip that in so that's all tight. That goes back on. This ball bearing on the end, or bearing race, they sometimes break. Again, something to check. Just putting on our new gasket. Going to put that cover back on, make sure it's all seated correctly. And then again, run through all the tests again. 3 different springs with 3 different levers. Measuring each time how heavy that lever is to pull. Again, this isn't checking the tension on the spring itself, but it's checking how heavy that lever is. Okay, so you might want to pause the video, just check the numbers out. As I say, this isn't the most scientific test. There's probably better ways of doing it. There's probably some variables I didn't take into consideration. But yeah, all the numbers pretty much come out as expected in terms of differences between them. that one finger system is always going to give you a softer lever. The Müller is always going to give you a softer lever, but you're sacrificing that longer leverage point on the clutch itself. Again, depending on your engine, you might want that heavier clutch spring to put more pressure on your plates, or you might have an aftermarket clutch instead. But we're just comparing how heavy that lever is to disengage. If you do a lot of city riding, this could be a big benefit. If you're on and off the clutch all the time, stops that cramping up in your hand. Then you might want the Müller, or you might want the one finger system as well. I will say that one finger lever is a hell of a lot smoother than over stock, and you've got that adjustability in the lever itself. It does make it a lot more comfortable and a lot more easier to disengage. So now I'll show you a quick clip of that one finger lever on the bike itself. But yeah, have a look at the chart, see what you think. Good way of comparing it, but not something you want to be doing all the time because it takes ages to do this. Okay, so here's a bit of a close-up of the lever on the bike. As you can see, it fits really nicely. It's got that clutch safety switch there. You can have that fitted or not, depending on your bike and whether you've got your switch gear installed. That adjuster there, that can be done while riding. It's easy enough to do. Brings your lever in and out, makes it more comfortable for your hand, which you'll notice isn't available on the stock lever. See how soft that is? That's got the heavy-duty spring in it. Easy to pull with one finger. The perch mounts up just like the original. This bike's also got the brake lever installed from one finger as well, all part of the Signature Series kit. But yeah, massive upgrade over stock. Can't recommend it enough. Thanks for watching.